Have you ever felt like everything in your life is falling apart despite your best efforts to stay faithful? You're not alone. Today I'm sharing 6 critical signs of spiritual warfare that many Christians miss, and trust me, knowing these could be the game changer you've been praying for. Stay until the end, because the last sign is something most believers never realize. First sign, overwhelming confusion and doubt. You might suddenly question beliefs you've held firm for years. Remember what Paul wrote in 2 Corinthians 4:8-9? We are hard-pressed on every side, but not crushed, perplexed, but not in despair. When your mind feels like a battlefield, it's often spiritual warfare at work. Second sign, unexplainable exhaustion. This isn't just physical tiredness. It's a bone-deep weariness that prayer and rest barely touch. Like Elijah under the broom tree in 1 Kings 19, you might feel completely drained, even when doing God's work. Third sign, intense spiritual resistance. Maybe you've noticed that every time you try to pray, read your Bible, or attend church, something mysteriously comes up. Your car breaks down, you get sick, or urgent problems emerge. This isn't coincidence, it's opposition. Fourth sign, unusual relationship conflicts. Suddenly your closest relationships become battlegrounds. Remember, Ephesians 6:12 tells us our struggle isn't against flesh and blood, but against spiritual forces of evil. Fifth sign, recurring nightmares or disturbing dreams. Job 33:14-15 reminds us that God can speak through dreams, but the enemy can also use them to instill fear and anxiety. The final sign, and this is crucial, is a growing sense of isolation and the feeling that God is distant. Here's the truth. When you feel most alone is often when God is closest. James 4:8 promises, "Draw near to God and he will draw near to you." Now here's what you need to know. Recognizing these signs isn't about living in fear, it's about being equipped for victory. The Bible tells us in 1 John 4:4 that greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. When you spot these signs, it's time to strengthen your spiritual armor, deepen your prayer life, and remember that every attack is often evidence that you're moving in the right direction. Remember, spiritual warfare isn't a sign of weakness. It's often confirmation that you're a threat to the enemy's plans. Stand firm in your faith, stay connected to your church community, and never forget that God's power is made perfect in our weakness.